I have a lot of free time on my hands right now. And with that time, I've played every single game on Game Pass. I've already made a good games video and a bad games video, but now it's time to get to the nitty gritty. Some of these games may have bordered the good and bad list, but some were just so bizarre or unique that I thought they deserved their own list. Alright, well, let's not hold you up any longer. Here are the weird games of Game Pass. Clustertruck. Oh yeah, always go spoopy. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I really had no idea what the fuck was going on in this game. I thought I was controlling a truck? Like, what? What the fuck is... Okay. Alright. Then I realized it's a platformer where you jump trucks? Just so happened the Halloween level had things that launched the trucks up in the air while you try to jump them. But it is a very unique style of game. If you decide to play, just play the campaign. I highly recommend it for a little bit of fun. Felix the Reaper. This is just a strange little puzzle game with a very crazy concept. You are the Grim Reaper in this goofy little fucked up world. It's very cute and delightful, and I enjoy watching Felix dance through the darkness, only to kill people with the funk. This game for sure brought me over with its silly style and its unique concept. Fractured Minds. This is a cute, but very short horror game. At its root, it feels like a PC indie horror game. It honestly feels like I just straight up downloaded this from Game Jolt. Just like all my other horror games. I would class this more of a baby's first horror game. They try to go more for the psychological thriller than the traditional horror. But like I said, if you got an hour, jump on it. Gato Roboto. You play as a cat in a spacesuit, and the game just plays like Metroid or Mega Man. And I think that's why I love this game so much. It plays just like the retro games, just cuter. The retro concept is just crazy to me, and it's a super fun game. This is another one that bordered the good list. Gonner. This is a very cute little platformer, with a very unique style of play. The majority of the world only shows up if you're in range, or if enemies are in range. Because of that, you can't really just jump into certain areas. You need to be a bit more tactful so you can kind of jump around things like this. It makes it more convenient to see platforms that you can previously see. But it is pretty hard, so be careful with that. Indivisible. This platformer RPG has a little bit of a Ghibli feel. In my head, it's like Suikoden and Rayman Legends made a baby. The initial animations were enough to drag me into the game. Sometimes I don't like animated cutscenes with my non-animated game, but this one had a different feel. I mean, that's what happens when you team up with Studio Trigger, and if you don't know who the fuck they are, you should probably watch some goddamn anime. The only downfall to this game, and I'm not even sure if I can call it a downfall, but every button associates to a member of your party. So sometimes you have to do combos with different teammates to actually get the armor down on enemies, but if it's not one of these special fights, I will literally just spam all the buttons. But here's a really pretty scene because it's really pretty. Pretty crazy! Mutant, Year Zero.
That's me, Mr. More Than Human, aka a mutant.
This game's concept and gameplay is pretty fucking out there.
So let's leave it at that.
It plays like a crazy version of XCOM's or Divinity, but if you didn't think about giving this game a chance, you really should. This tends to go for a certain kind of gamer, but dude, if you like this fucking game, you really should play it. If you like exactly what I said, XCOM's mixed with Divinity, in the fucking apocalypse, yeah. And the story's pretty cool, aside from just shocking people. Even though it's very satisfying. Quantum Break. Now, I don't want to let out too much story in this because it is really fucking crazy. But basically a generic superhero situation happens, and you have time powers. And again, this story is really crazy. I honestly want to say they followed suit from Two Souls, Beyond, or Uncharted, because the game very much plays like a movie. The unfortunate part, though, is that this game literally plays like a fucking movie. The worst thing is I was just complimenting how good the game was and how good the graphics were just prior to this little cutscene. This is a 100 gig game, not even including the 76 plus gigs for extra DLC. I just didn't expect a movie Nonetheless, a shitty quality for that gig of a game. I feel like I'm playing a Sega CD game. Fucking Night Trap. Screamride. Oh, that creepy face gets me every time. So I know what kind of game this is supposed to be, and it's cool. I totally get it, and I'm totally down with it. But as soon as I realized I could derail the cart and slowly destroy a city, I did that for about 6 hours. It was fun. Sea Salt. A simple dungeon crawler, but this time, you're the enemy. The more you level up, the more enemies you unlock, which adds a lot more variety to your pillaging. But I do like the concept of leveling up your evil army instead of generic heroes. It's nice to have a little bit of a twist on the already very familiar concept. Sniper Elite 4. First thing that can be said about this game. It is really pretty. This game is on this list because, though the game does give you mid-range weapons, it very much focuses on long range. So a lot of the times in close quarters, you're still finding yourself sniping. But that aside, it's really fucking cool to do this. Yeah. All in all, this game has good online and good single player. So if you like sniping and you want to see some guts explode, I mean, do I need to say more? Subnautica. This is a bit of a glitchy game. You mainly explore alien aquatics. It is more or less a survival game, but I had a lot more fun exploring. I'm not trying to compare this in a good or bad way, but it makes me feel like No Man's Sky. If exploring an alien reef sounds good to you at all, then you should give this a try. Ticket to Ride. This game is very frustrating, but in the same way like Monopoly or like Mario Party are frustrating, the lows are lows, and the highs are fucking awesome. This is much messier as a board game, and the virtual game makes sure it's pretty clean and kept. If you just want to play a board game with your friends that's console-based, this is for sure one of the best that you'll find on Game Pass. Just remember, it's really hard, and if you play the AI, you're gonna get your ass kicked. Unless you play for 5 hours and kick their asses back! Totally reliable delivery service. This is basically an open world human falls flat. And they give you a lot of stupid shit to do. Wait for it. I'm alive! Whether you're driving a dune buggy or riding a hot air balloon, this game's just a bit of fun. Okay, go. Alright. No, I lost. I can't. I just need to grab the. Go! Fuck! Wandersong. This game is actually one of the main reasons I wanted to make this list. It dips into multiple genres of gameplay, and you just run around as a bard singing. You're very happy-go-lucky, and a lot of the people around you are usually very crude, which makes this game very entertaining. This game is filled with silly, quirky comedy, and honestly, I love every fucking second of it. Alright, that's it. But don't worry, there'll be more. I'll try and keep up with Game Pass every month. Till next time.